This is the world's first automobile. Strange looking, hard to start, and even harder to drive.
The left handle, you can see, is my brake and the accelerator, if I push it forward.
They call it the patent car because on January 29, 1886, the Imperial Patent Office in Berlin issues Certificate 37435 to Carl Benz for a vehicle with gas engine operation. That engine is a water-cooled, rear-mounted 954cc single-cylinder producing 3/4 of 1 horsepower at 400 RPM. Top speed, almost 10 miles an hour.
The invention of the automobile changed the world completely. I think it made people free because it allowed people to travel where they want to go.
Carl Benz invents the first car, but the man who eventually becomes his partner is the one who first puts the pedal to the metal. In 1890, Gottlieb Daimler invents the world's first 4-cylinder engine, capable of producing 5 horsepower.
They were Adam and Eve, yeah, for the motorization.
In the early 1900s, Benz and Daimler are 2 separate companies. Benz is the largest car maker in the world, while Daimler focuses on racing. And because of racing, the name Mercedes is born.
Emil Jelinek, an Austrian who lived in France, in Nice, came to Stuttgart, asked for a special car, which should be able to drive much, much faster than the cars on the road at that times, because the rich people in Nice, they enjoyed themselves in so-called races. Jelinek then bought in a bunch 35 of these cars, or ordered them, but one of the musts from his side was that the car should be called Mercedes. That was the name of his daughter.
From 1900, the name Mercedes is on every car built by Daimler. A quarter of a century later, a corporate merger forever changes the name to Mercedes-Benz.
Those companies, Benz in Mannheim and Daimler in Cannstatt, and were quite successful up to the change of the century. At the end, both companies merged finally in 1926.
The merger intensifies the Mercedes-Benz passion for racing. And an unusual solution to a last-minute problem at the racetrack is how the legend of the Mercedes-Benz Silver Arrow is born.
Well, the story of the Silver Arrow began in 1934. The company invented then the W25. They went to the first race at the Nürburgring racetrack. And at that time, the cars were still painted in white because it was a German race color. And the rule said the car had to be maximum 750 kilogram. And apparently, just before practice, they put the car on a weight scale, and they realized they are 1 kilogram too heavy. So that's, the rumors say the idea came out then to scratch the paint off, and that's the story where the Silver Arrows started off.
20 years later, a new Silver Arrow is born. The Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR, the racing version of what becomes one of the most famous cars in the world, the Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing.
The prototype, or the SL, was basically invented because the company wanted to go back to racing. It was after the Second World War, and in the early 50s, the top engineers, they decided that they want to go back to racing, and they wanted to create a car which was based on production parts.
The 300 SL blows away the competition on both the racetrack and in the showroom and sets the stage for Mercedes-Benz to build the ultimate luxury car. In what may well be the only time in the history of the automobile, designers and engineers are told to create the ultimate grand Mercedes, the 600 Pullman, without any concern for how long and how much it will cost to design and build the car.
Well, I think it was a major decision from the top management at that time to go for that car in competition maybe to at that time, the Cadillac or the Rolls-Royce. At that time, as far as I know, these two cars were just the top edge of the automobile industry, and Daimler-Benz wanted to basically compete with a completely new car, and that was the main reason they developed right from the beginning a completely new car then in the early 60s.
The Mercedes Benz 600 quickly becomes the ultimate luxury car of its time. The car is built for royalty, celebrities, and even the Pope. From the three-wheeler to the 600 Pullman, the 300 SL, and now the 8th generation of the S-Class, all Mercedes are Grand Mercedes in their own way, each one built by the first car company in the world.